I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also let's not forget about their live-action Star Wars TV shows, their animated TV series for Disney+, and also the new Star Wars trilogy of films by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zeroh. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So here we are, it is now June 1st of 2020, we're close to getting halfway through this entire year, and of course, 2021 and 22 are going to be very big years for Star Wars. Now, we got Star Wars Celebration this August of this year, of course. That's going to be a very big deal because, well, they're going to be unveiling a further roadmap of the franchise and exactly how it's all going to be laid out. Whether or not Celebration will be cancelled in the traditional sense due to the overall crisis, that's a big question open on the table for discussion for sure. However, looking ahead here, what's really exciting is the fact that Disney has over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works for Disney Plus alone. I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is somewhat similar to what actually was pretty much, an established thing before Kathleen Kennedy canceled the 10 years worth of Star Wars movies after Solo: A Star Wars Story's box office failure. Now we have 10 years worth of Star Wars TV shows in the works, as opposed to movies. So, mind you, we do have a new trilogy, that's one thing to look forward to as well. There's new Star Wars movies coming out, but we also got a lot of TV shows. So, with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently focused on the new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as the new Star Wars universe that will bring in brand new timelines for the Star Wars fans around the world. Now, it's noted that currently Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are working closely with George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau on developing a brand new Star Wars universe that will in fact create a new mythology in general. They have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects for Disney Plus alone for the new TV shows coming in the near future. Now, one of which is described to be the Rise of Skywalker sequel series that will be in animated form that they plan to drop sometime in 2023 on the Disney Plus platform. Now, it's explained that one of the big decisions by George Lucas is that he plans for the character of Anakin Skywalker to use a brand new Force power for the sequel series that is currently in development. Lucas is described to be the one pushing the concept of Ben Solo, Luke, and Anakin Skywalker to come back to life temporarily to destroy Palpatine once and for all. Now, the sequel series is also set to introduce the Worlds Between Worlds, which will establish the concept of time travel further, and that new secrets of this particular realm will be unveiled of this place that was started with Star Wars Rebels by creator Dave Filoni. Now, the plan by Lucas is to essentially demystify the Force with this new sequel series for the fans to enjoy. It's explained that the new series will also include the Wills, who are godlike beings, that will in fact offer new truths about the dark side and the light side of the Force that the fans have never heard of before in the Star Wars franchise. Now, the new series will also tap into the netherworld of the Force, also that is going to introduce a power that goes beyond the dark and the light side of the Force, that will create a third power used by the Force Ghosts in the new series. This series is said to be more focused on the Force than regular wars between two major groups per se, and that the show will have some form of creative control over by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Now, this is said to be their way to satisfy the fans by offering as much new Force lore as possible for the fans to enjoy moving forward. The series will also be a way for Disney and Lucasfilm to regain many of the lost fans from those who had issues with the sequel trilogy movies. Now, with the Mandalorian TV series and the Clone Wars Season 7 giving the brand enough momentum to launch into a more positive road for Star Wars, lately fans have been more hopeful of where things are going for the franchise in general. Lastly, it's noted that the actual series will also provide new retcons for some of the major characters like Rey, Luke, Ben, Palpatine, and more. So, the thing that really does catch my interest the most about this is the fact that George really wants to demystify the Force. Now, I'm not quite sure how I, as a fan, really, think about this, because I feel that the Force should still remain a bit of a mystery. I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but I do feel that by demystifying the Force, it could very well change our perception of Star Wars and how we look at everything related to the Force and what the Jedi and the Sith are capable of, right? So, as long as they don't demystify it too much, I think that I myself would be okay with that. But if it's to the point where they're really going to pull back the curtain completely and we're going to be able to actually see everything of, the Force in general and exactly what it means, by this new meaning that George, John, and Dave are actually working on for this new expanded universe, that's the only thing that I do worry about, is that they may demystify it too much, right, in general. So, the Wills coming in, of course, the worlds between worlds, the netherworld of the Force, those are the three things that I think a lot of fans are really going to welcome. So, with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.